the 6 o'clock news. It's now waiting in the mail, addressed to you. It's getting harder and harder to see through the smoke. It's never been easier to overlook. It's getting harder and harder and harder to say these days. But when I see the smile run across your face and the sunrise lights up another day, I believe. I woke up and my whole world changed. You're the kind of love that gives me faith. And I believe. You won't find it written in the sky. You can't buy a ticket to it tonight. It's getting harder and harder to see what's true, but it's never been easier when I'm with you. Yeah, it's harder and harder and harder to doubt these days. But when I see the smile run across your face and the sunrise lights up another day, I believe. I woke up and my whole world changed. You're the kind of love that gives me faith. And I believe. It's getting harder and harder to see what's true. It's never been easier when I'm with you. Yeah, it's harder and harder and harder to doubt these days. But when I see the smile run across your face and the sunrise lights up another day, I believe. I woke up and my whole world changed. You're the kind of love that gives me faith. And I believe.
It was an ordinary day. Then she walked in and looked my way. With just a glance, yeah, I was sold. My head in disarray. I'm falling. I was all in. Now I'm running to survive. You got me in overdrive. I'm running, yeah, you've done it. I'm running so fast, you love it. I hope this day it never ends now. Pretty faces got me in overdrive. After she had me in her grips, then she let go and tossed me in. Just like a shirt into the wash. We'll never know what could have been. I want another chance to prove that I could be the one for you. How could you make me feel so good and then do those evil things you do now? I'm falling. I was all in. Now I'm running to survive. You got me in overdrive. I'm running, yeah, you've done it. I'm running so fast.
Well, here I go. Good afternoon, good evening now. I had to change that. It's great to see all family and friends here gathered together today to honor the special occasion of Woolen League. Okay. I'm Steve, father of the bride, and I have the dubious honor of the warm-up speech before everybody else speaks. I'm a little nervous, as you can tell, as I very seldom get a chance to speak without being interrupted. And I've lived with 4 women for a long time. So this is a whole new experience for me. Well, I want to first start out, I hope you all agree with me that Leah looks beautiful. You're every bit a bride model. I got to keep track. I don't want to start rambling.
Stay on the notes.
Your mom and I are so proud of you. And we're all proud of all of you. You look all beautiful. Fantastic tonight.
Thanks, King.
I've watched Leah grow up to be a beautiful, strong young woman. I'm so proud of you. Okay. It wasn't long. It seemed like yesterday that Leah and her sisters and family, friends, cousins were all running around the backyards. And Leah was always the one that made sure everybody was included. And she still has that compassion for people today. And in fact, she just decided to go to Haiti on a short-term mission trip to serve kids of Haiti and lead a team in lieu of going to Luke's graduation in Haiti. Or in Nyack. Luke's graduation in Nyack. She opted to go to Haiti. And in place of that, we took Carrie. So Carrie the Kelly family got to meet Aunt Carrie in New York. And we had a wonderful time together. That was amazing. And for Jason and Mandy, it's been great meeting you and your family and spending time with you. And we look forward to many O'Halloran Kelly clan gatherings in the future. I've been under strict instruction not to embarrass Leah tonight, and of course I will not do that. I'll save that for the dance floor later tonight. Epic dance moves. Luke, I'm so happy that you are part of the family now, and I welcome you. And you know, you've seen all our quirks and weird stuff about our family, and you still showed up today. Welcome to the family. You'll make a splendid son-in-law, and I know you'll take good care of Leah and look after her. What more can parents want than what you've got tonight in your wedding and you guys being together? It's amazing. Welcome to the family.
Yeah!
Welcome to the family. Our only advice to you is to always put the other one first. Talk openly and honestly. Be a good listener. I'm still working on that. A marriage should be a partnership. If you both do that, you'll always be happy. Know you have someone you can rely on. And it's worth keeping in mind, neither one of you are perfect. But you can be a perfect match for each other. And you are. It's a successful marriage. It's not about finding a person you can live with, but it's finding a person that you can't live without. And I know both of you have found that in each other. So that's awesome. You make a great team, and you'll be wonderful parents yourself someday. I know you will. Woo! Okay. Okay, and while you have each other, don't forget forget you have all the people in this room that love and care for you also. And you can lean on all of them whenever you need. And a special thanks to Bruce. That was a wonderful service, Bruce. It was a blessing. Thank you for being here. Okay. So finally, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to please stand and raise a toast to the special VIP people, my new son-in-law, Luke, and our daughter, Leah. May God bless you today and always.
Amen.
Thank you for listening. And now, Jason Kelly, the father of the groom, to you, I yield the floor.
20 years ago, give or take, there was a woman doctor who said to Mandy, she's a girl. And 6 months before he was born, oh, she's a girl. And so I'm rounding up with Dalton and we're like, dude, we're gonna have a girl in the family, what the hell do we do? And then Andy's in the shoot, and the brown hair comes out, and Dr. Laura says, man, this is the most beautiful brown hair I've ever seen on a girl. And then a couple seconds later, the doctor says, wait, it's a boy. And I thought, yeah! The greatest, second greatest day of my life, third greatest day of my life. And then we had a wedding with the girl, and then there's another girl. I can't tell you, I don't have any idea what to do with girls other than just like stare at them. And they probably think I'm weird. And then tonight listen, Luke's like, I said, Luke, listen, Steve's gonna walk down the aisle with her future wife, and you're gonna cry like a baby. He's like, nah, I don't really feel like I'm gonna cry tonight. Was anybody here at the wedding? Yeah. And so, you know, you're looking back, you hear this song, and Steve and Leah, it was like, she's bouncing down the aisle, and the next thing you do is you look at Luke, he's crying like a baby. Like, that's my son. And that's a pure description of what love is. And I mean, when you see your son, I've seen it twice, stare down the aisle at the beautiful wife that they're about ready to marry, and they become your daughter, you can't describe the feeling. And nothing beats the thought that 21 years ago I couldn't have imagined having a girl because I wasn't mature enough to handle a woman in my life besides my wife. Now I have two, and now she's got blue eyes and brown hair, kind of like me. Kind of looks but also the fact that what's really happened is 26 years ago next month, my wife got married 26 years. We've been praying for daughters and sons and granddaughters and grandsons and etc. Because what happens when you give your son away to a wife, they don't just become married to a wife or a daughter, they become married to a family. And that family becomes yours. And we've had the privilege of hanging out with some of the O'Halloran's, and they're Irish, and we're Irish, and it's working out well, but I can tell you what, the fun, the years that we're going to have, and what we see in you guys, the prayers that have happened, if you're not a praying family, you might want to become one, because when you pray about what happens to your kids' lives, it comes true. So for over 26 years, we've been praying for you. And with that came your family. and to be a part of our family, and we get to be a part of your family, you can't imagine what that's like. So what we want to do is, again, raise a toast. But not only just a toast, because what will happen is after tonight, this group will never be together again, but we'll always see Luke and Leah from a different set of eyes and a different perspective. You'll always be able to pray for these two for the rest of their life, and their kids' lives, and their grandkids' lives, and we hope you do that. So we just pray that you, the two of you, are starting a journey that we get to be a part of and watch from. And we thank you, we thank the Lord for matching each other. Amen. All right, who's next?
I think Lindsay.
You can probably guess that I'm Leah's sister. It doesn't matter how many. I think it was when Leah was in high school that people started asking if we were twins, or thinking that we were the same person. Uncle John knows who I am today because I'm not wearing a white dress. Luke likes to say that he doesn't think we would look that much alike, but he has been fooled once or twice. Remember Carly's birthday? This was like the second time that Luke and I had really met. He joined us for Carly's birthday bash in Bend. We were hanging out by the river, and I think he wanted to whisper some sweet nothings in his ear. He got a little too close to me, snuck up behind me. It was innocent, but he was a little embarrassed. One of my favorite stories.
You're like, excuse me.
There are a lot of other ways that Leah and I are similar, apart from our good looks. We have amazing personalities too. We're both very hard workers. We are funny, obviously. And we're generally nice people, but we can be a little stubborn and a bit impatient at times. But for all the for all the ways that we're similar, we have some differences too. Leah's very confident. She's outgoing, and she's passionate and fearless. And she has the biggest heart that anyone will know. And if you're lucky, like Luke, then she will share all of that with you. She's also weird. She's super weird. And I think that partly has to do with the fact that she is one of the youngest of all of us cousins, Brady and the rest of them. We're all very close, and we grew up together. So in order for her to be, Leah's one of the youngest of all of us cousins, and for her to be able to hang out with the older cousins, she really had to entertain us. So she got creative over the years. And I didn't think that she could find someone to match her weirdness, but I think Luke has succeeded in that. And if you want to test that theory, you can ask him about you can ask him to do his Grinch impression. I have been known to be a tough critic. I can be a tad judgmental. I've sort of been told. But that's just because I have high standards for myself and for the people that I love. So when it comes to my sisters, I only want the very best. Luke never gave me the chance not to like him. From even before I met him, He was determined to make me his friend. And when he'd accomplished that, he was ready to be my brother about 1.5 years ago. I'm the oldest of 3 girls, and we definitely grew up in a household of girls. But Luke is catching me up real quick on what it's like to have a little brother. I couldn't have chosen a better partner for my sister. He's never wavered in his love for her. Luke is also confident and passionate and funny and weird. They have a strong foundation rooted in faith and their love for each other. So I know that even when times are tough, they can rely on that foundation to make their relationship even stronger. Okay, so let's raise a toast to the happy couple. Luke, welcome officially to the family baby brother. And just so you know, at the O'Halloran Family Camp Out on Taco Night, we line up by age, so you will be at the end of the line. Leah, you are the most beautiful bride, and I'm so proud of you. And I love you both with all of my heart. Alright, now our best man, Salem.
Luke's older brother used to be called bigger brother, but now he's twice my width. I put his clothes on the Alright, so I'm going to give you a little intro into me and Luke when we were little kids. My family is this thing anyway. But you cannot talk about me and Luke as little kids unless you talk about us having major brawls. Major brother brawls. Every Sunday night we do family dinner, and we were at my aunt's house, and they have a little armoire in their den, and the door's open, hanging open, attached to the hinges, and Luke's red face switch got turned on. I was pushing his buttons, and everyone in the house goes, "Oh, jeez, not again." We start throwing haymakers at each other, and somehow I tackle Luke into the door snaps off the armoire, and yeah, weird joke. So, in order to separate us from those fights, my dad literally had to grab us by our shirts, like a cartoon, like the 2 little kids throwing punches, and the dad is just holding the kids by their shirts. That's my dad. As we got older, we couldn't do that anymore, so he came up with this thing called Indian style, and we had to sit crisscross applesauce on the floor, put our palms out, and one person had to have the palms up, and the other person had to have the palms down, and we had to stare at each other face to face. Literally put our noses right in front of each other. That works every time. Those of you have parents, those of you that are parents and have kids. Yeah, we had to say things that we liked about each other. And, yeah. It worked every time. All right. The next story about Luke. When he's a little kid. I'm sorry, I hate this kid. Try to figure this out. Luke is, when he was a kid, he was the best fake crier that I've ever seen. Today, those are real. Now I know that's a real cry, but his fake cry passes the test. One day we were watching TV. Luke likes watching his TV. I had the remote, so that means I got to pick what's on the TV. But Luke wanted to watch a show, and he looks at me and says, "Hey, watch this." I'm like, "Watch what?" Well, he starts fake crying. Instantly, my mom's in the kitchen. Instantly, she says, "Go to your room." I yell, "Who?" And she says, "You know who." I walk down the hallway to my room. Luke peeks around the corner of the wall, smirks. I turn around, full speed sprint, tackle him into the wall. There's a hole in the wall that got patched like maybe 2 years ago. No. Probably do Indian style or something. But that's me and Luke as little kids. He's 2 years younger than me, so that means as we were growing up, we were involved in the same stuff. I mean, we played on the same baseball teams, just old enough to play with him. Hung out with the same friends, we could play dodgeball together, not me completely dominating him. But none of that stuff, okay, let me back up. So,
Are you gonna cry too?
so in school, I would get straight A's, I would get 4.0s, and I was better at sports, and I was better at video games, and when I was a kid, I made sure Luke knew that, man. I never let him not know that I was better at something than him, but the thing is, Luke doesn't care about any of that stuff. Stuff's not real life. When Bruce talked about his averages, I was like, Luke doesn't care about any of that stuff. Luke is a better person at life. He's the better son. He's the better friend. He's better at love. He's better at being selfish or selfless. I'm the selfish. He's better at being selfless. And all those years I thought that he looked up to me, but really I always looked up to him because he did all the stuff that actually mattered better than me. And so, I don't know where to say it, but I love that life. Bruce said it best last night. Luke is just quality. Luke is quality. I don't know how else to say it. It's everything about him. He's just quality. And, yeah, I mean, there's no other way to say it. I'll move on to my next segment. Okay, this is titled Secrets About Luke. They're good secrets. As he was growing up, my dad said he was supposed to be a girl. Well, I think he got the bake gene. He likes to bake. He likes to be in the kitchen and bake. He loves making cookies, loves making cake, loves making pie, like anything, and you're lucky. He's good. When he's feeling down, playing Christmas music. Any time of the year. 100 degrees, summertime, playing Christmas music. It'll be a bright moment. And probably the most important tip is do not mess with him in the morning. Holy smokes. Give him like 2 hours to wake up. Oh man, that's the best time to push his buttons. Best time. And I wrote down probably the only morning of the year that he isn't grumpy is Christmas morning. And I also wrote down maybe tomorrow morning. He's probably not going to be grumpy tomorrow morning. My favorite thing about your guys' relationship is that you guys are best friends first, and those relationships are the ones that always withstand the trials and tribulations, because romance is something that comes in and out. Friendship is always there, and the fact that you guys have that as your foundation is my favorite thing about your relationship. The next one. Oh yeah. Okay. The first time I met Leah, it's funny because I was trying to think of the first time I met Leah, and I couldn't think of it because Leah's the type of person that when you meet her, she treats you like you've been her best friend since kindergarten. So you forget the first day you meet her because it feels like you've known her the whole time. And everyone that knows her would agree with me. But the first time I really noticed her was I went to that soccer game, and I love watching girls compete. I love watching Becky compete at soccer. And the two of them were just dominating in soccer. I got a picture of Becky like ripping a girl's jersey off. But she's a midfielder, and Leah was playing forward. And Leah was just dominating on the field, like just pushing people over, scored 2 goals. Just the physicality, the competitiveness, like you can see it in her eyes. I went home before the game. I was like, Luke, Becky's got this one friend. You should probably check her out. After the game, I was like, bro, she's got this friend. You need to go talk to her. You're there. But to carry on about the competitiveness, when the couples get together, me and Leah are more alike, and Luke and Becca are more alike. Luke's a softie, Becca's a softie. Me and Leah, it takes us a while to break us down, but when we're competing, Luke and Becca don't care who wins or loses, but me and Leah care. We were playing the frisbee game, so can jam, and we were out front. And first couple tosses are like, all right, we're just playing, we're having fun, and then like the score gets close. And me and Leah look at each other and we're just like, oh, I'm not losing to you. And both of us, I love that about it. I love that looking at it again. And I'm really excited for lots of couple battles in the future. We're never doing girls versus boys, we're doing couple battles. No, we're doing couple battles. I encourage you guys to be persistent in pursuing the dreams the Lord has placed in your heart. Life is short, and I don't want you guys to get complacent and be comfortable where you are. I read Chip Gaines and Joanna Gaines' book, and Chip said, we are at our best when we are uncomfortable. And I think most of us are at our best when we're uncomfortable. It makes us push farther than we think that we can. And I want you guys to always encourage each other to pursue your dreams. Never let one another get comfortable. Okay? That's my advice to you. I think me and Becca have been married for 3 years, and I think marriage is fun and easy, and only gets complicated when you make it complicated. Keyword there being you. When you make it about yourself, that's what makes it hard. So stay selfless and continue to serve. I know a couple people have made that as their advice, but that is key. Serve each other and be selfless. I know it's hard, but keep it going. And I want you to know that me and Becca always have your back, no matter what. I can guarantee. If you can bank on anything, you can bank on that. And I know that she was like her. Luke, I am proud of the man that you are. 21 years old, with a degree in sociology. You own your own first home, and you chose the most perfect bride to be your life partner. You're off to a good start. And I'm glad that I get to be the brother of you and Leah, your sister. I already have a sister, and I'm looking at that. I like that. You guys are off to a really good start. And